I'm just so thrilled to be here because we are building such a beautiful energy this year that's unlike anything else. Thank goodness, right? Woo. So as we begin to receive the information that Lee is giving and the information that Kryon is giving, know that it's because of you. It's because of you, our family, that we're here, and we're here together. So let's just give a few moments to coming into the present, into your body, into the chair, into the room, into the consciousness of love and the entourage that surrounds us and honors us in our human journey here. And we're grateful and we're hopeful. So just take a breath down into your heart center and just feel that soften and open. Feeling the emergence of something beautiful that's being created here together this weekend. Something sacred. Something magnificent that you each add to in your own way. That begins to create a ripple of love and a ripple of healing that goes out from your center, from your heart. The love coming in and the love going out. Experiencing, receiving, and giving, and being honored for being who you are, right where you are.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. My partner may tell you this, but I am always with him. There is no preparation for channeling, for I am always with him. As soon as he steps aside, I can give you what this is, which is a concentrated message. However, he doesn't have to step aside for me to come through him. Now, this particular process is a microcosm of the reality that we are speaking of for the human soul. There is a divinity which is alive and well in all of you, and some of you actually call it duality, and it isn't. Duality is simply the description of the dark and the light complements of your consciousness, not God inside. When you start to open the door, you share the energy in your consciousness with the divine. You share it. And some will see divine coming through you as you look into their eyes and you speak to them, especially in times that are profoundly sorrowful or perhaps healing or joyful and laughing. And you'll wonder sometimes what they have and where did they get it. It's channeling. Channeling's description is not what you see and hear today. This is an old method that someday will disappear. The idea of a human being sitting in a chair and giving you divine information, which you then write down and walk away more informed, is a very old style of learning. And what it's moving more to will be that which is intuitive every day. You will wake up with the same messages I give you today. Old souls as a group will have the same energies, the same directives. There will be points on the earth that will hook up metaphysically and energetically into patterns that represent sacred geometry. And in a way, you're building a sacred grid of energy between civilizations that are very different. And although it is esoteric, the civilization patterns will eventually create peace on earth. For you are hooking together the God parts of humanity. That shouldn't sound that strange. Beautiful it is, new it is, and these grids are just beginning. Now, my partner is going to speak of 3 grids that exist today that you know about that are esoteric, and some other things that are going on the planet, all that is about human consciousness. But there's going to be more. It is very, very slow. And here you sit. You either feel it or you don't. So I want to ask the question, really, why are you here? Now you may say, well, I was interested and my friend came and took me in. Is that it? Is there a possibility that it's not an accident? I want you to feel the energy today. Dear ones, it may be the only time you're in a channeling meeting. It's not something you would normally do, or sometimes you'd always do it, but I want you to listen. The energy right now and today is benevolent and loving, and it always will be. You do not have a vengeful, judging God. That came from the Greeks, where their gods were even dysfunctional like humans. The divine source that created you is pure love. And that pure love extends to you and your soul and everything you are. And you can sit and be bathed in this and believe it, or you can object and walk away. Beautiful how free choice works with the individual. It is not going to be put upon you. You have to believe it. You have to hold out your hand. You come to the place where you want a drink of water, and you can stand there forever with the water all around you, and you'll die of thirst until somehow you find the glass or the container and dip down and get your drink. God is all around you. And you can sit and die in sorrow and grief if you wish. Or you can hold out your hand and say, show me. And that is the invitation that even the engineer in the chair shared. For he was in total disbelief until he gave permission and said, if you're there, show me. And he meant it. It wasn't a curiosity. It was pure intent. This is what is being asked of humanity. Now, as an old soul, you might say, well, I've been on my path for a very long time. Yes, but, and in all beauty and benevolence, we ask you, is it the new path? Or is it the one you've always been on? Are you open for new suggestions? Suggestions that might change the way you are operating your divinity on the planet, what you think, and how things work. Is it different than what you've practiced? The new tools are here, and they have been 2 years in the making. 2013 was so unusual, we did not even count it as a year. We count years from 2012. And 2013 was not year 1. 2014 was. That's how long it took just to make the initial adjustment and begin this new energy. Dear ones, it's going to last a long time. And for some of you, that may be disappointing. But from our perspective, the old soul who is sitting here will always be here to enjoy it forever. You may look a little different, but you're going to be here. For what you do for the planet is reincarnate the energy of who you are into a grander vessel of young wisdom. And that's where it's going for you. But it starts now. All of the things that I have told you about are starting to coalesce to a fulcrum of energy. Now listen to me. This year, 2015, it may not look that way to you, but it is a stellar year of things coming together. Mostly for old souls, there will be balance. 2015. It is an abundant year for wisdom, health, understanding. If you do the numerology, it makes sense. The abundance will be that you have asked for: peace, understanding, compassion, health where it's appropriate, and it is appropriate. The energy to proceed on the course that you knew you belonged to. Listen to that. It's not going to be on hold anymore. You're going to start proceeding to what you've always known you were here for. And it could put you in an area that you don't expect if you'll allow it and not stuck to it. Being stuck to it means you think you know what's going to happen, and that's all you will accept, instead of being wide open to what really might be there. Relationships solidified. Families starting to understand instead of separate. All of these things, the old soul is going to feel first. Dear ones, I want you to start feeling refreshed. The shift is starting to settle. From 2012 till now, this is how long it took. 2 years. The 2 is duality. That's how long it took, literally, for the light and the dark to start settling in you. Cellular, spiritual, health, even that which you call reality was adjusted. It's different for each one of you. Some of you felt it profoundly, some of you subtly. But old soul, all of you felt it. It's good news. I have a message this evening. And the message will finally cull together and come together in a message called "This is not your father's new age." And we will present some items in a clearer way altogether that we have hinted at for the last 2 years. I know who's here. Some of you have said, I was excited to come. Some of you didn't sleep. I want to give you some insight. There is no one more excited than I am that the entourage comes with me to know there really is an awakening going on. And it's about time. And so it is.